Hello, this is TJ coming back to you from the Own Your Life Network, and what I want to do is spend a few minutes and talk about Chapter 3, the Salesman's Failure Syndrome, and talk about, how to create unlimited time leverage through a system of building a network marketing business that allows you to just multiply and duplicate very, very quickly. Okay, and the way to do that is that you have to use a three-way process with the team or the expert or the leader being the person that you're going to invite your prospect to come talk to. It's very, very important that this process is followed, because this is what allows a new person to create the proper perception of what it is that he's looking at and the fact that he can do this, okay? Don Fail basically states in Chapter 3 that you're not duplicated until you go 3 deep. And the way you go 3 deep consistently is to be able to use the three-way process to do that, okay? If you would refer back to Chapter 1, actually in the preface, there's a paragraph in the preface, I think in the brown book, it's down at the bottom of the first page of the preface. In the black and white book, I'm not sure exactly where it is in that book. In the booklet, it's the third paragraph in the preface, first page of the preface, okay? So I'll refer to that, and this is what it says, okay? The secret to the system we teach is not to talk. Talking is your worst enemy. The more you talk, the more the prospect thinks he can't do what you're doing. The more you talk, the more the prospect thinks he doesn't have time. Time is the number one excuse why people don't get involved in network marketing. So if you're sharing this with somebody, what exactly do you talk to them about, since you can't really talk about the business, right? Let me tell you what to talk to them about. You talk to them about their lifestyle. You talk to them about their challenges in life. Remember, the people that are going to get involved in this business are not people that love shampoo or conditioner or toothpaste or energy drinks. The people that are going to get involved in this business are people that are interested in making money, okay? Making money, okay? So what do you talk to them about? Lifestyle issues. Let me give you some examples of some lifestyle things that you can approach people on that are your friends and your family, okay? Because with your friends and family, the chances are you probably know what their lifestyle issues are. Your friends, right? Okay? So here are some ideas. What if you have a friend that has 3 jobs and he absolutely hates one of them and he wants to leave? Or he has 3 jobs and he would like to get rid of a couple of them so he can get his time back, okay? How do you approach someone like that? Well, you approach him basically by, approaching him on his point of need, which is, the time and the money, right? So basically what I do is if I have a friend like that, I just approach him and basically say, listen, man, we've been friends a long time. I got my hands on something I'm excited about, and you've expressed an interest in changing your situation. Right? Is that something you still want to do? Do you want to change the fact that you work in 3 jobs and you would really like to be able to get rid of 1 or 2 of them and get your time back without having to suffer financially? Yeah. Hey, read the back of this business card right here, this 45-second presentation, and tell me what you think about this idea. Okay. What if you have someone that you know and they have a job during the day, but their wife works at night, and they have kids, and they don't ever get a chance to spend time with each other, You already know what the situation is, so you walk up to them and basically say, listen, man, we've been friends for a long time, and you've expressed this concern about the fact that you work during the day, your wife works at night, and you really rarely get any time with your kids. How would you like to change that? They say, yeah, and you have them read the back of the card, right? Read the back of this card right here and tell me what you think about this idea. Okay? What if you know somebody, man, that is working 2 or 3 jobs but just isn't making enough money? Absolutely. You approach them on the same thing. Hey, listen, we've been friends for a long time, and you've expressed this concern about just working your tail off but not having enough money, not making enough. How would you like to change that? Absolutely, right? Okay. Hey, read the back of this card right here and tell me what you think about this idea. Okay. What I've just demonstrated is something that anyone can do. Anyone can talk to their friends about their lifestyle concerns and be able to have them read the back of the card. Now, once a person reads the back of the card, what are they going to say? Wow, this sounds interesting. How do you do this? What is this about, right? When my friends answer that way, ask me those questions, what I basically tell them is this: when can you give me an hour? Because I want to make sure that you get the complete answer. I want to make sure you get all the information necessary for you to understand what it is we got our hands on here, okay? You know, some of your friends might ask you, well, why do you need an hour? Because it's going to take that long for us to really get into this topic, okay? Well, can't you tell me a little bit? You know what? I don't want to do you a disservice. If I do that, man, it's going to lead to another question and another question, and because it's going to lead to those questions, we may as well just sit down, get together, and drink some coffee, right? Okay? So the idea here is, when can you give me an hour? Okay? So that's what you want to get across to your friend. Book an appointment so you can then invite them to come meet some of your friends and some of your business partners, people that you respect that are helping you change your life, right? Okay? That's the three-way process. If you do that, then you're well on your way to being, building a serious business here, okay? A serious team, right? What that process allows you to do now is it allows you to create the right perception, right? Because perception is 9/10 of the law, isn't it? Okay? 9/10 of the law, okay? What do salesmen do? Salesmen come across as selling something. How many of you like to be sold? Exactly, none of you, right? Right? Don't want to be sold, right? You get kind of offended when people try to sell you things, right? Or they seem really pushy, right? Well, the best way to avoid that is don't come across as a salesman, right? So what we do is we approach people on lifestyle. Everybody wants to solve problems, and you have a gift for them instead of you coming across with products, company, and that sort of thing and trying to sell them something, right? So it creates the right perception that you're out to help them, okay? When that perception is created, they're willing to come to the table, okay? And they're willing to listen. Right? So that's the idea. By doing this, you're able to help that person then, not really have to know a whole lot, but to be able to just care about his friend and invite him to the table using the card and the lifestyle approach. And then eventually that person will then become the expert for their friends who are then inviting friends using the card and the lifestyle approach. Does that make sense? And every time you drill this thing down deeper, man, and start going one person deeper, what's going to happen is you're going to create an enormous team, man, of people that care about other folks. That's the key to this whole deal. You got to care about other people, and that's what our whole process is based on, right? Okay. So that's the salesman's failure syndrome, and use your team. Enjoy a lot of success, man, and I look forward to working closely with you guys. This is TJ from the Own Your Life Network.